Hi everyone. I suffer from a very severe case of eczema. And the eczema that I have is called discoid. Why is it called discoid? Because of the shape of the rashes of the eczema on my body. It looks like a coin. It has the round shape like a coin. That's why they call it discoid. What I have is very, very severe, and I think I would say like the top 5% of the people suffering from the most severe case of eczema. So I am going to show you all of the rashes on my body, and so you can see how bad it is. But it's very graphic. It's very, very ugly. So you can skip this if you don't want to see it. The reason I want to show you this, just to give you a very accurate picture about how severe eczema is, and such a horrible, horrible disease it is. Okay, so first of all, I'm going to show you my face. You can see it's red. It's actually worse earlier because I just took a shower and I put moisturizer on it. Now I'm going to show you my arm. You see this? And you see why they call it like discoid? Because it has the round shape that looks like that. See, it's all over my left arm. My right arm is the same thing. I am going to take off my shirt and I'm going to show you my body. See, you can see right here, and I'm gonna slowly pan down and show you. And it's all the way down. I'm gonna show you my back, all the way down. And I'm going to show you my leg here. It's just the same problem. Alright. I'm just going to leave my shirtless for a minute so that you can see how horrible it gets. I can say that like over 90% of my body is covered with these rashes right now. And today is a really bad day because it's hot outside. And right now my whole body is burning. It's aching, it's itching. It's really absolutely unbearable. I mean, I feel bad for people who are facing eczema. I mean, having this disease is just if there is a hell on earth, I mean, this is it. It's really horrible because you feel like your whole body is being eaten alive. Or especially in the morning when I take a shower, I felt like, I mean, if you have paper cut, you know how painful it is. Just imagine. You got the same pain, the same feeling, not just in one single place, but it's all over your body. And there were times that I felt like, I mean, my body was shaking so hard because the pain was just so unbearable. I felt like I was going to have a stroke, and at that point. Okay, so I'm gonna put my shirt on so that way it doesn't look so horrible while you're watching this video. I don't know if anybody is watching this video or not, but anyone who has eczema or who know anybody having eczema, even though their condition is under control right now, meaning they're going to the doctor or dermatologist every month or so, get a shot, and they're okay right now. All of them are at risk of getting to what I'm having right now. And let me explain to you why. First of all, I'm going to tell you about the history, why I have this horrible case of eczema. As you can see right now, my body is really itching, and the itch is so severe that sometimes I want to use a knife and just like cut out that part of the flesh on my body. I mean, that's just how bad it is. Okay, so why do I have this severe case of eczema? I used to live in Pennsylvania, and I went to school there, college, and in Pennsylvania, I used to have this very bad allergy. So every time when there's a change of season, change of weather, my nose get all stuffed up. I mean, my eye get itchy and all that stuff. And then gradually, I also developed in having problem with asthma. And every time when I have asthma, the doctor prescribed the steroid-based inhaler. So I use that, and it works like magic. I mean, puff, 3 puffs, and I can go back and breathe like a normal person. So I use that for almost like 15 years. It was an inconvenience, but it wasn't a big problem. Then I moved from Pennsylvania to California in 1995. Few months after I live in California, my allergy and asthma gradually disappeared. I didn't have any problem with like sinuses anymore. Very rarely that I have asthma. But I remember like about 1 year after I live in California, I had this little rash on the left of my lower leg. It's really small. It looked like a coin, but it was itching really horrible. So I went to the doctor, my family doctor. He gave me this hydrocortisone ointment to put on, and after I put it on, the rash disappeared. So it was great. But then about 3 months after that, the rashes reappear. This time, instead of one spot, couple spots. And again, the doctor gave me hydrocortisone that I can get over the counter. It works. 3 months later, more rashes appear. The doctor gave me hydrocortisone this time. Didn't work. So he has to give me the steroid-based clobetasol. I hope I say that thing right. It's a steroid-based ointment to put on. So I put on that. Oh, I mean, it works like magic. The rashes disappear, and I was feeling fine. But then 3 months after that, the rash is recurring again. But basically, every time, 2 or 3 months after that, the rashes appear. So the doctor gave me from like hydrocortisone, which is like this non-steroid base that you can get over the counter, to steroid-based ointment. After a while, the steroid-based ointment didn't seem to work anymore. So he basically gave me prednisone. Prednisone is a oral-based, it's a pill. It's a steroid pill that you take. In the beginning, he gave me like 10 milligram per day, and for 5 days. Oh my God, I mean, it works great. Just like magic pill. I mean, I was feeling horrible with the rashes. After I took prednisone, the rashes disappear. But then guess what? It reappear again. And when it reappear with a vengeance, meanings instead of 1-2 spot, it almost all over the places. And then from taking oral steroid-based prednisone alone, didn't seem to work anymore. It seemed like it worked for a few months, and after that, it just doesn't work anymore. I mean, my body or the eczema gets used to it, or I'm not really sure what it is. Then the doctor has to give me like steroid injection along with prednisone at a higher dose. Then it worked. Then a few months later, the same thing happened over and over and over again. So I've been going to the dermatologist since 1995 until now. 2 months ago, I had a very severe flare. I went to the doctor. Actually, the doctor was on vacation, so I had to go to an urgent care because it was so bad that I couldn't stand anymore. Hey, go. Anyway, I was just saying that like 2 months ago, I had this very bad flare. My dermatologist was on vacation, so I had to go to urgent care. I went to urgent care. They gave me a very heavy dose of steroid injection, as well as prescribed a very heavy dose of prednisone, 40 milligram a day for 7 days. I mean, 40 milligram a day for 4 days, and then gradually down to 20 milligram for the next 5, 6, 7 days. After I had this like steroid injection, it seemed to help a little bit, but the rashes did not disappear. I mean, all it does is just like stop itching, and it stopped like oozing water. I'm sorry, I keep on scratching because, as you know, the itching is really bad right now. So 1 week after I went to the urgent care, my rashes just like, I mean, came back with a vengeance. I mean, it's just like everywhere, just like what you see right now. So I went to see the dermatologist. I mean, he's back on vacation that time. He did a whole bunch of tests on me. He was afraid that I had some sort of like secondary infection. In the beginning, he was concerned that my eczema rashes was infected with like the herpes virus. So what did it call it? Like herpes or something. I'm not really sure. So he put me through a whole sort of like antibiotic, took culture, blood tests, everything else. But all the tests came out negative. Then he decided to give me a very high dose, the max dose of steroid, which is like 60 milligram taken orally by mouth. And take it over like 21 days, which is the first 4 days, I would take 60 milligram. The next 4 days, 4 days after that, it's like down to 5 milligram and all the way to 10 milligram for 21 days. So I took that. A week after I took the heavy dose of steroid, I actually felt a little bit better. Even though the rashes did not disappear this time. I mean, it's still there. It just like dried up. But by the second week, when the steroid dose slowed down, the rashes starting to itch, starting to weep fluid again. So basically, what happened is right now with my body right now, even with a very, very high dose of steroid, which is, the doctor said they cannot give more than 60 milligrams because it would kill me if I take more than that. It's still not helping me with my eczema at all. A couple of days ago, I went to the doctor. She pretty much like, you say, hey, listen, this time it seemed like steroid-based medication is not working for you anymore. Your body get used to it. So what we need to do right now is put you on some sort of like immune suppressor. Basically, medication that they use to treat people who receive like organ transplant. Basically, what this drug does is it's basically suppress your immune system. Basically, tell your immune system not to fight. Because he said that what's happening here is my immune system is all whacked up. It mistaken my skin with like virus or some sort of like some stuff that is harmful to the body, so that the immune system fight that. It's just attacking that, and when it attack that, it causes these rashes here. So the way to do it is basically to block the immune system. But the really bad side effect of you using immune suppressors drug is I can easily get sick by almost anything. If I'm near somebody who has a minor cold, I can get a cold. I can get cancer. I can get almost anything because basically the immune system doesn't work anymore. So I asked the doctor, if I go through that, will this cure my eczema? She said no. She just basically doesn't know. She doesn't think so. She said the only thing it will help is it will make you feel a little bit better. It's just like pretty much just like steroid that I experienced before. When I was having eczema flare, I took steroid, felt better for like a couple months until the next flare occurred. And this is what's going to happen with the immune suppressing drug. The minute I stopped using it, the immune system would go back and try to attack my skin again. So you see, I am in a situation right now. It's almost like a no-win situation. If I want to feel a little bit relief from this eczema here, I would take the immune suppressant drug. But then I would run the risk of having contract other diseases. So for the last few days, I've been doing a lot of thinking, and I spent a lot of time researching on the internet to see if there's anybody with similar problem like I do. Surprisingly, there are quite a few people that is experiencing the same thing that I'm going through right now, which is their eczema just gets worse, and they've been going to the dermatologist, and I hate to say this, but dermatologist doesn't know shit. All they do is prescribe things that the drug manufacturers tell them. That's it. I've been through many dermatologists, allergists, everybody else. I all said the same damn thing. Steroid-based. And when steroids stop working, suppress the immune system, and after suppress the immune system, they just don't have any answers anymore. So I make a decision that I'm going to try to fix this problem myself. After researching on the internet, I've seen that people stop using steroid and they try to adjust their lifestyle and they get better after that. And I'm going to try to do this. I'm going to take video of this, try to document that. And hopefully, if my problem with this eczema here, if I can control it or if I can get rid of it, hopefully it will help a lot of people. I mean, you look at my body, you seen how severe it is. So either I can control and get rid of this horrible disease, or it's going to kill me. Now let's talk about the effect of eczema. Physically, it's basically what it is. Your skin, all these rashes develop on your skin. And one of the things about eczema is like, it gets very itchy. I mean, there's certain time during the day, especially in the evening, when the rashes, it get itchy so bad. I mean, it just like, it just absolutely drives you crazy. No matter how hard you try not to stop scratching, you just cannot do it. Sometimes, I mean, it's just like unconsciously, you're sitting there. I mean, I'm sitting here, but just like I'm scratching my leg right now. And I don't even realize I do it. Until after a while, when you scratch it, the skin breaks. And now all of a sudden, the itch stops and the pain appears. So I mean, it's just like, it's a misery. It's just like I said earlier. I mean, this disease is like, if there is a hell on earth, and I don't know what hell is and how would people be suffering in hell, but I don't think there's anything worse on this earth here than suffering from this horrible, horrible disease. First of all, I mean, look at my face, my skin. It looks horrible. I'm looking like a leper. And when I walk out on the street, people see me. They think that I'm having some sort of like contagious diseases. It scares the shit out of me. I mean, going to work is a hard thing. Putting on your clothes is a big thing, because it's any clothes that is not soft enough, it could cause tremendous discomfort. Putting on your underwear is a big problem, because all the rashes you have on your lower body and all that. So physically, it's really, really bad. I mean, itching is the pain and everything else. I don't know. I mean, emotionally, it's really tough. Because, I mean, it make me feel like I don't want to talk to anybody. I don't want to see anybody. I don't want to meet anybody. I mean, I just want to hide somewhere. And I mean, it's really bad, because it's bad for my family. It's bad for my marriage, my wife. We fight a lot. And suicidal thought. I mean, there's a lot of time that I just want to end this, because I don't see how this thing is going to stop. But it's easy saying and done. So anyway, I mean, this is a very long introductory video about me and the disease that I'm facing. Starting today, I'm going to change my diet. I'm going to try to eat more healthy. I am going to try to detox my body. I'm going to stop using any sort of drug.